So many harmonies, so many stacks. Let's see.
I'm unstoppable. I'm a Persia with no brakes. I'm invincible.
Unstoppable. It was not a single. It was not something anybody, it was getting a lot of syncs. Eventually TikTok happened and it went crazy on TikTok and just took like one little push on the radio to make it a big song on the radio. And yeah, that's kind of the story of Unstoppable, and it's still going. Some people are born with amazing talent and just like the world instantly sees it and they get picked up. It's just like boom, boom, boom. It's all great and it's all good. My path was not like that at all. It took 20 years to have my first major label releases. And I started with basically no musical ability beyond like knowing that I liked something or liking the vibe of something. I think that what helped me along my path to the career that I'm in now was just the willingness to do whatever, to be in the room or be in the studio or be around the people. When I moved to New York for college, I was just like, there's so much amazing music being made in New York. And I would look at the back of records and I said, where is it happening? There's a lot of great studios, but my favorite records at the time were being made at Electric Lady, D'Angelo, Voodoo, Erykah Badu, The Roots. All of these records were being made at Electric Lady. And I was like, I gotta get into that studio somehow. I have no skills that would allow me to be there. So I faxed my resume like 10 times. And eventually, the manager at the time, Mary, took pity on me or something and like gave me a receptionist job. And so I was a receptionist. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm here now. I'm a receptionist. This is amazing. You know, there's like Femi Kuti, there's like Macy Gray, there's Charlie Hunter, there's D'Angelo. These people are all coming in and out. And then eventually I got a lateral move into being a runner at that studio. And I was like, sure, yep, whatever you need me to do, I'm gonna do it. Eventually I stopped working at Electric Lady and I opened like a tiny studio in my apartment recording rappers. That kind of knowledge helped me make barely enough money to survive in New York and keep making beats every day. When I moved to LA, licensing my beats that I've made to film and TV to make a living, and I got introduced to Greg Kirsten, and Greg was like, I know that you are trying to be a songwriter, producer. Would you be interested in engineering for me? And I was like, yes, I'd love to do that. And I was like, this could be an amazing learning experience. So the fact that I was engineering and I learned how to engineer kind of through my quest to become a producer helped me get in the room with one of the best producers alive. Do whatever you have to do to get into the room. We were recording at her house in Echo Park. She had a room that was like a guest room with a chair that was this really like archaic barber's chair. I went in there and I had to set up the whole system with the speakers and everything. And I sat very carefully in the chair, and Sia went into the closet where her U87 was set up, and we recorded the vocals there.
I'm unstoppable. I'm a Persia with no brakes. I'm invincible. They I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable. I'm invincible.
Just kind of big stabs on the ones of choir vibe with like this crazy reverb going on.
I'm unstoppable. I'm a Persia with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today.
Sia wrote the song with Chris Braid, who's one of her regular collaborators. They came around and asked me to produce it. They sent me a piano and a vocal. And so I did all of that production stuff and sent it to Sia, and then she thought that maybe the horns could have a different rhythm. Kind of the same idea, but with different rhythm. And so she like sang the rhythm into a voice memo. We kind of finished the production in that way, and then I cut her vocals.
I'm unstoppable.
Whenever I can, I'm recording with some compression just to kind of get get as much fidelity out of the input volume as possible. And I think in her studio at the time, she had a Neve Pre and an 1176, and that's how we recorded it, probably with kind of just a little bit of compression.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what you.
So here's Sia's lead and what's happening with it.
I'll smile, I know what it takes to fool this town.
Not a ton, just pretty basic stuff. CLA2A compressor like I have on every vocal, little extra compression, Logic stock compression, which I like to just tighten things up with.
I'll smile, I know what it takes
Basic
to fool
EQ,
this
rolling off a
town.
lot of low end,
I'll do
boosting
it
a little
till the sun
high.
goes down and all through the
Waves
night
de-esser,
time.
let's see if it's doing anything.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what you
Tiny
wanna
bit.
hear. Keep my sunglasses on while I shed a tear. It's
Yeah, and a little bit of verb and a little bit of tape delay, and that's it. Very basic lead vocal sound. Why don't we check out the piano without the plugins too? Because let's see. This is literally like me throwing up mics in front of my piano, recording every note, putting it into a sampler instrument in Logic. So this is it. I think the Kramer tape is doing a little slap, which is nice. And then just brighter and a little driven.
tell you what you wanna hear. Keep my sunglasses on while I shed a tear. It's never the right time. I put my arm-
Okay, so shit gets a little crazier in the pre. Let's see.
I put my arm around so-
Just omnisphere stuff. Some kind of low end really starts happening, building with the chord change.
so you are strong,
More hats.
so you are strong, I put my arm around, I'll show you that I am.
What's this kind of more floaty stuff on top of it all? Sometimes me and Sia will start with her sending me a voice memo, just like her literally like singing into her phone, not in a key or anything. It's just like mumble, possibly lyric. She sends it to me. Because we've been working together for so long, I kind of know what the chords should be for what she's doing. And then I start making a simple beat around it that she would have fun writing to. And then we record it, and then I finish the production, and that's kind of how those types of things happen. Yeah, and now we're just kind of going into the final chorus, buildy chorus into the post, and this one is just kind of based around the horns for the like kind of going to war feeling that they are giving us. So let's see.
Put my arm around, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm in. Yeah, I would never.
Just a combination of real brass and fake brass, and they add up to something cool sounding.
Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today.
There it is. It's been challenging the whole time, I will say. Like, I thought, you know, when I was 21, I was just like, why aren't I, like, traveling on a private jet yet? You know, like, I was sure every step of the moment that it was going to work out any second. And when it took years and years and years to happen, it still didn't bother me. I was just like, it's right around the corner. It's going to be okay. So that whole uphill battle of getting to where I am wasn't the hard part. It was a huge lesson for me. If no one's offering you like the record deals and the placements that you want to get, try to get next to the person who is getting that kind of stuff. And if that means you have to wash his car or whatever the hell you got to do, just do that.